Hi there, welcome back to Watcher of Realms. Today we're going to be focusing much more in Ferssi. Whether you do the banner or not, if you are able to pull him, is that a lucky thing or not? Is it good, bad? So this guy is a healer magic, like a reptilian type creature. For the reviews, Titanic Ruins are 5 out of 5. Very good to see. Gear Dungeon, where it's quite an end game piece of content, that 5 out of 5 as well. Tide, nearly a 5, close to it at least. 4.9 gear raid. Drake Chasm, where this is where it starts dropping off, okay? So some key areas where you can use this individual, and if you need to fill out those areas, then Ferssi is the one indeed. Cost 18, redeployment time 60, block 1. Awakenings, when Sand Bestowal is triggered, restores HP equal to 40%, okay, of attack. Okay, more attack. Trigger interval of Sands Bestowal reduces by 5. Get out quicker. Rage regen, not too bad. Increases healing multiplier by 20% for 10 seconds after receiving AoE damage. After AoE damage, that'll be only for certain content there to be able to get that ability out of him. What about the talent? After 5 seconds without performing any healing, the hero's healing multiplier for the next heal will be increased by 100%, which is pretty good. But it depends what stage of the game you're doing. If there's intervals of being damaged over time, you're not really going to get that chance. It's like if you were in Gear Raid 2, stage 18, I think it is, you wouldn't be using Ferssi for this talent because of that sand. Is it called sand erosion? Or time with sand, where it takes health away over time and you're still going to be taking damage over and over again. So the talent wouldn't work there. As for boss battles, yeah, Drake Chasm would work there. Titanic Ruins, there's intervals where you can do the healing. But, we're not here just for the talent. We need to look at the other stats and skills. This is basic attack, single target heal, only a single target, which is kind of a shame. It's attack-based healing, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. The range isn't that great, right? You can clearly see. But here's a buffer. Whenever, and this is a passive Sands Bestowal, whenever an ally in range receives AoE damage, their received healing is increased by 10% for 10 seconds. This effect can be triggered one time every 40 seconds. So there's that condition of it has to be AoE damage. If it's not, then the passive isn't going to work. And this one, Sand Aegis passive, applies AoE damage reduction to allies in range. This could work and team up well with Sadie for Gear Raid 2 stage 19 onwards, because there is AoE damage there and it's devastating. Now you reduce it by 5%, which, you can increase it there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% damage taken reduction. That's actually really good. Pair that with Sadie's 50% damage reduction. That's actually really good. That Ferssi and Sadie will work really well together for Gear Raid, or Gear Stage 2, Gear Raid. Was it Gear Raid 2 Stage 19 onwards? Yeah, you could use Ferssi there. What was he rated as though? Just to double check. Where's Gear Raid 2? Gear Raid 3, I can imagine that. Wait, why can I not see it? Oh, 4.9. Yeah, okay. So it's definitely dependent on AoE damage. So anywhere in the game you participate in, you're going to use Ferssi. You want the best out of him. Do it where there's AoE damage, in which the boss or enemies of the boss can deal AoE damage to you. But what about the ultimate? How important is that? 900 cost. Drop it down to 800. That's pretty good. It says heals all allies in range one time with a 100% healing multiplier and applies 15% inspiration to 3 allied units with the highest attack for 10 seconds. 10 seconds, not too bad. The inspiration effect can be done by an extra 5%, so 20% in total. So this is the equivalent of Dolores. If you don't have Dolores, Ferssi can cover your back there in terms of that extra damage. So what is inspiration? It increases attack proportionally to the caster's attack. So you want to build Ferssi out of, pure attack. His healing is based off attack numbers. So the higher the attack, the more healing you do. The higher the attack, the better the inspiration will be, which will better your allied units nearby, who will then deal more damage output towards the boss or enemies' oncoming waves. So this is a good way of getting more damage out of your units, having more success in the hardest stages. So a built-in healer, which Ferssi is more of a successful healer than Dolores is. Dolores is all about inspiration. Ferssi is more about healing, damage reduction, and inspiration. So that's actually really good. But the reason why there's a but is because the inspiration only goes up to 3 allied units. And if you got everyone in that tile, it'll probably be 3 allied units at random, right? So you might not get the desired one to do the most damage. When it comes to Dolores, Dolores inspires anyone within the tiles to do damage. So, there is a limitation with Ferssi, but realistically, at the end of the day, Ferssi covers a lot more tiles than Dolores does in spread width. Just total coverage in a concentrated area. Dolores is like a cross in terms of the tiles she covers. So you can't get as many people in those slots depending the arrangement of the map you're on. So there are limitations with different people out there, but still, this is pretty good. And he's rated well. Visually, we might as well take a look at him while we're here. Lizard, reptilian. It's quite innocent. And then look at that spell. Dripping from his claw. It's really nice visually. Like a desert type, Arabian type attire, maybe. Cloaked individual, gold around them and a pendant on the back. Not wearing any shoes, I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, visually, looks really good. Definitely fits the concept, the attire of a magic, almost like a mage, but this being a healer specifically, but can still buff your allies to do more damage. So, you could use Ferssi in, if you're early to mid game, you could use him in Drake Shazam, just like with Titanic Ruins, rated quite highly there, and I can understand that. Now, if Ferssi had a Dispel debuff on top of everything, then that would make him really good, but unfortunately we don't have that. Nevertheless, hero details, attack, doesn't matter too much, we just check out max level. He's got low defense, definitely low defense. So you've got to be conscious of that. But, decent HP. It's pretty much it. Now, you could also put attack speed on Ferssi so he can heal quicker. If he's only healing one person at a time for his basic attack, you want him to get his heals out as quick as possible so he can catch up with everyone and keep them all alive. There's a chance that maybe you could pair Ferssi with another healer just to double check yourself so no one does die, such as Sadie. But Ferssi and Sadie will definitely do well together in terms of that damage reduction, especially in Gear A2 stage 19 onwards. So, he's known as the Healing Parasite. Are you lucky enough to get him? Some people would probably rather want Hex over Ferssi, but if you're getting Ferssi for the very first time, it's not the end of the world, unless you do have other healers that do better, like Elowen, Leia, etc. But still, there's a place for Ferssi. So, hopefully, you enjoyed the video. Be on the lookout for more. Thanks for watching, though. Goodbye for now.